And then the big one that I'm really excited for is
I'm Bob Mindset. This is BeeFour. He makes music, and I've got a couple questions on how music affects him personally. Let's get straight to it. First of all, I want to congratulate you. You've been doing amazing in music currently, and I'm so grateful for that. Now, here's my first question for you. Why did BeeFour start making music?
it's kind of random, really. So around like December, October time, 2024, I just wanted to start making music. I was listening to loads of rap and I was like, I want to try it. I started for a little bit and it was bad, so I just gave up. And then, what was it, like September? You came back to college and you showed me your little song over a type beat.
Sun coming down in a small town. You right next to me, the dream is coming true now.
And it was like two things, really. I was like, I can make beats for my friend. And then it was like, how's he making music and I'm not? So it was kind of like out of spite, really.
My music was arse.
So. It was. I was like, nah, I can't let him be the most musically talented person here. So that's kind of where it came from.
100%, man, listen, that's what it is. Not giving up, yeah? You straight up, you gave up at the start there, but not giving up, that perseverance, that's what has got you in this right place now, and that's flipping amazing.
We can play one of the beats.
Yeah, we can.
The first one, it was so bad.
Now, Mr. BeeFour, my next question for you is, on a personal level to your soul, how has music affected you positively? The passion for it, what does it mean to you? And how has it affected you in a sort of sense?
I think I do more of my days now. Like, I think having music is kind of giving me more motivation for life in general. That sounds really depressing. But I go to the gym more now. I try and go out and do more things, try new things. Like, obviously, I've been filming music videos for it. So I've been meeting new people like the skate park, for example, and just doing stuff like that, really. Trying to get out there more, meeting a lot of new people as well through music, which, it's just all things like that. Just trying to make me a bit of a better person and a more motivated person, because I was slacking before.
100%. I think passion and hobby is really what people are missing in this sort of day and age, man. And it is an absolute great thing, you know.
Why don't you just keep your phone out? Why do you keep putting it in your pocket?
Because it's on 5%. I don't want it to die.
That one.
Or do you prefer it just to stay?
Whatever one, to be honest.
Cameras
I don't
over
really
where?
give a fuck there.
Oh.
It's nice to have the variation, you know. The Gen Z kids, they will not be able to watch it if it's not bouncing from side to side with Subway Surfers covering his face.
But don't worry, a family
Game show
guy
where if you
clip's going
don't
on.
answer correctly, you get a vasectomy.
We need
Giggity.
that. We need
Sounds
that.
like my kind of fun. Giggity.
Okay, so I heard you talk a little bit about motivation. So now my next question for you is, how do you stay motivated for your creation of music? What keeps you going, keeps you driven, stuff like that?
Spite, hatred, just like hating people doing better than me. No, I think it comes from like I have like an older sister, so I think it comes from like losing every game on the Wii. I think I got really competitive over it. Like, I remember being younger and spending hours playing like fucking Wii Sports Resort, trying to beat a high score or something. So I think it really comes down to just being like competitive. I think like rap and hip hop, I think it's a sport in a way, because you find so many people that are so driven to do it. And it's like, you have to put your hours in. You have to like put your 10,000 hours in to keep working at it and keep getting better. And I think that's just really what it is. Just competitiveness, spite, and just wanting to be the best, really.
Got to become the LeBron James of the music. You got to put the work in, you know?
Yeah,
That's what
pretty
you gotta
much.
do. You got to put work in.
This podcast is... What camera is it? This podcast is sponsored by water.
There's no brand there.
Yeah, because I'm not sponsored by a brand. I'm just sponsored by... You know what? I got into contact with H2O themselves
H2O themselves, Mr. H2O.
to get this brand deal for you. This isn't even my podcast. I'm getting paid nothing from this. They just give me water. They just say you can go up to any tap you want. You don't even have to pay. What is the next question?
Now, for the fans of BeeFour, okay, We are all wondering.
All
We're all
7
out
of
there.
them.
All 7 of them. Hey, listen, man. 7 right now are going to be 700,000 one day. Then it's going to be 7 million. And then you'll probably fall off and it'll go back down to 7. But that doesn't matter. Okay. For the fans of BeeFour, have you got any collaborations in store? And if you are going to have any collaborators, how are you going to choose who you want to work with? We're all wondering. We're all asking.
That's a loaded up question. That's a big question.
A big question. We got you know.
I think a big question deserves a big answer. So I'll give you a little bit, because there's a few that I'm talking to a few people that I really admire, and it's kind of like I don't know if it'll happen. So I'm not gonna say it just in case it doesn't. But the people that I have got features from, or I'm gonna get features from. So I got F2 Holy, this guy called Monroe. They have a song together as well.
Big name.
But they're just like some people that I've kind of met in the last couple months. And so we're kind of working on a few songs together. And then the big one that I'm really excited for is Gace Guevara. You probably don't know who Gace Guevara is, but people who are tapped in know Gace Guevara, which is really crazy because like this is my first ever release of music. Like,
You're working with him. You know?
Yeah, I've already got the feature with him. I've already got it back.
Hey, gotta say I've heard it and it goes hard.
Yeah.
We're excited for it, man.
Yeah, I'm very excited to release that song. I think that's gonna be my maybe at the end. Maybe just maybe. I was thinking about it. Maybe we'll throw in a clip at the end if I'm feeling nice.
Hey,
But
I mean, in my personal view of it, it's got to feel so amazing and it's got to feel just brilliant. Someone who you've been sort of looking up to for a year.
Yeah, I mean,
now working with you on one of your things, it's got to feel like amazing. And it's also got to feel a way to, you know, stay motivated as well, I'm sure.
yeah, I mean, in my mind, I've made it now already. Like I can walk away happy because I've got Gace Guevara on a song, and you know what? If the other guy who I'm trying to get, I won't say his name, but if the other guy who I'm trying to get cops on it too, then it's like even fucking better. But
Hopefully you get a Davro feature one day.
I'll pass for now. Give it maybe a few years if you lock in. But yeah, it's very much like crazy to me how I've got this guy who I've listened to, and now he has, you know, he's rapped over my beat. That's very crazy to me, and I think that kind of leads on to what you were saying about collaborators. I'm very picky with people who I collaborate with, which kind of sucks when you have friends that make music, because it's not like I don't want to insult people, but like I know what I want, and I make certain songs with people in mind, and I can hear them on it, and it's also like I need to trust them with it, because like the beats I make are like my kids, really. I mean, obviously there are some of them that I don't like, some of them that get heavily neglected and never seen ever again. I think having like my beats are very special to me because I know how much work's gone into them, and I know like people won't see that necessarily. You know, people hear a song, they don't really tend to think about how long it took or, you know, what the person went through trying to make it. But I'm very much like, if I put something out, it needs to be as good as I think I can possibly make it. Otherwise, it just stays in my files forever.
That's the mentality, man. You're very talented and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, but back to the Gaze thing, like he's been someone who I've wanted to have kind of when I started, I had like a kind of list of people who I'd be like, if I got a feature from them, that's fucking crazy. So I've got like people like him, JPEG Mafia, Baby Keem, Kevin Abstract, Teaser Touch 100, like big list in my head. And like to have him already checked off so early on is like crazy.
Incredible achievement.
It gives me hope that maybe I can make a career out of music. I've noticed you've been calling me BeeFour. Do I need to also refer to you as Bob's Mindset if I use your name?
Yes, call me Bob. If you do not call me Bob Mindset, you will be executed.
Do I have to call you Mr. Bob Mindset
Mr.
Davro
Bob,
Tanners?
my name is Mr. Bob Mindset Davro Tanners. Nah, just call me. You know
Do I also need to throw in your full address?
No, please don't do that.
31.
No! For all the young people out there that are going to be looking at your music, looking at you as a music creator, or just any people that in general are, you know, maybe scared to make music, or maybe haven't started, or just want to start in general, what would you say to that person there?
To get them to start, or to tell them like to keep motivated?
Both. Just take it as you, yeah.
Well, obviously, to like for the first bit, getting people to start. Not everyone's a creative person, and that's not a bad thing. Like some people aren't meant for creative roles, and that's just fine for them. I'm sure most people don't really care if they're not a creative person. But like genuinely, I think anyone can do anything if they really work hard, but most people won't. But yeah, I mean, if you find something that you enjoy doing and that, like something that you love, whether it's, you know, you look at it from an outsider and you love it, chase it, man. I mean, maybe don't like risk your whole life on it. If you suck, you might never make it, but no, but like you might, I don't know what I'm saying. But like, no, like chase it and like you might make it, you might not, but you have fun doing it. And with the starting like music specifically, you're going to suck for a long time. I started in September. I don't think I made like a good beat until January, and that was doing like shit every day. But if you genuinely care enough and you're willing to watch a shit ton of tutorials and practice and just try a whole bunch of stuff, you'll get there to the point where you can make stuff that will impress your friends, and then you can start becoming an egomaniac like Kanye. That's kind of where I'm heading.
That's what says it.
Maybe not the full Kanye.
Well,
No, but that's a joke.
Gonna keep this on track. Speaking of Kanye, and you said, or not speaking of Kanye, but you mentioned a goal. We're all wondering, what are your biggest goals? What do you see in the future of BeeFour?
I've kind of come up with a little plan that I'm going for. I want to get this EP out that I'm currently working on. And then I think I want to try and get another one out either late December or start of next year. And then from there, just see where I am. Once I've kind of got that and I've got the experience and I've got like writing down and making beats down, I do want to probably move towards a big project like an album. And then really just see where it goes. If I'm doing good, probably release maybe another 2 albums, then disappear for 5 years, then come back randomly one day. Like all the greats do.
I see. You got it all thought out. I mean, you got to hope this is good for you, because especially since you paid £100 to be on this podcast, you know, you paid me that amount of money. It's you really got to hope you don't waste your money in that sort of
I hope not. Otherwise, I'm in debt, bro. I got like 10 quid in my account.
So go follow BeeFour, because we've actually set up a GoFundMe for him as well.
I'm in debt.
His cat just died recently, so we need support for that.
My cat died like 10.
You had a cat?
Yeah, when I was a little kid.
Oh shit! Sorry, that was insensitive. I apologize.
Yeah, no, I loved that cat a lot. I was like 4 or 5 or something. Damn. And then one day I was like, because obviously I'm like a 4 or 5-year-old, I don't really notice when the cat disappears for a little bit. But I went up to my mum like, oh, where's the cat? I want to play with the cat. And she just kind of went, it's dead.
From other music artists, any sort of person of influence, how have you know? What is your shut up? What is your shut up? What is your inspiration?
My biggest,
except from Bob Mindset. Who is your biggest inspiration?
Moving past Bob Mindset, you know that obviously, clearly. Wait, do I need to say the line to the camera?
What line?
What camera is it? He told me I had to say a line to the camera.
Did I?
Bob's Mindset is a really great TikTok page, and I really enjoy watching his content. It truly motivates me to be a better person, and I love watching it. Is that good?
I never told him to say that.
No, but my biggest influences, I got a few. So I'm gonna sound like such a white nerdy guy.
You are.
JPEG Mafia. That's the biggest one, because the reason with that is like his whole production and shit, and his whole story as well. It's a very inspiring thing. I guess looking at people like Gase as well, he's another one that's like really just looking at people how they've come up and seeing them come up. I like there's a guy called Romero as well. He makes really good music. I don't know. I guess like musically wise, albums like Yeezus it's a very inspiring album, and I'm trying to get a song that sounds like Yeezus on the project. But The Melodic Blue, All My Heroes Are Cornballs. These are just like some of the albums that I really. You might not hear it in the sound now, but they are things that really inspire me. And I think as well, just artists that find good samples. Like I love sampling, and I think finding a good sample and like a niche sample, that's like It's like the golden scar meme. That meme's so dead. I sound so old. Damn.
You are
I ain't been on TikTok in too long, man.
unk, man.
Oh, here comes the phone again.
What phone? What are you talking about?
This is so unprofessional. He could have written these down. Unfortunately, he did not pass English GCSE.
I'll-
He does not know how to read and write, guys.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
You should follow him for that. Like, he's writing captions with like a grade 2 English.
What is your favorite and also least favorite part of creating music?
Favorite's the producing. I mean, it can be frustrating at times because the way my kind of creative process works, I kind of go into like producing a song in two different ways. Sometimes I'm just like bored and I'm like, let me fuck around. So I'll normally start laying down some drums or find a sample or something, and I'll just start fucking around with something. And then like kind of like if I'm just doing it randomly, it normally goes quite well. And I'm like, damn, this is like, I wasn't even gonna make a song and I've made this. So there's stuff like that. And then there's the other side of it where like I hear a song and I'm like, I want a song that has that feel to it. Like for example, Young Half Got Violation. That kind of songs like Cult Status and what is the other? Jordan Rules. They like really inspired me for that. So I kind of go into it that like with that kind of mindset of like that idea. That normally goes less well. So I tend not to do that one as much anymore. But least favorite is either the writing process, because especially for this project, I made all the beats and now I'm just stuck writing it, which I don't enjoy. I struggle with writing and it's something I'm looking to improve in the future. But I think the thing I hate the most is doing all the TikToks and all the fucking like Instagram reels and all the YouTube videos.
Promotion.
Yeah, the promotion.
Of course.
You know, I think as a whole, music nowadays it's a lot worse to try and get popular, because with how TikTok works, you can have like a sound blow up and you can be like, look at, what was it? Tommy Richmond, is that the $1 Million Baby guy? You look at someone like that and like, there's no time to really grow. He released that song and he was like the #1 song in the world for a period of time. And then it kind of fucks you over because no matter what, first of all, people will just say like, no matter how popular it is, it'll just get to the point where it's like, oh, that's co-worker music or something. Which is a term I hate. If anyone called my music co-worker music, I think I would hang myself.
A lot of negativity in this world.
But it's just kind of like the whole process where it's like you get that big, there's only down, which is kind of why like, although I would love to do that to happen to me, I feel like the steady growth is a lot better in the long run. Like look at like for example like Lil Yachty as well. He blew up with like I Spy and a few songs, and then he kind of like people saying like he like fucking sucked for a while. And then he came back in 2023 with Let's Start Here, and it's like, damn, this guy's like creative as hell with like an alt rock album, because like he found his sound. You know, you have like 18, 19, 20-year-olds blowing up, and it kind of just fucks them because like you don't know what you're doing. You barely, like some people have probably been producing a year or two and they are like on every radio station. It's just things like that where I think it kind of sucks. That's why I kind of like, it'd be cool to grow up in the 90s and just be outside like a concert handing out mixtapes or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think that's you know, that's one of the things about music creation as well, is it's sort of a self-discovery journey. Like you said with Yachty, he found his sound, and you know, I hope that you continue to progress further into that, and you end up finding you're gonna discover a lot. I'm sure, and I think that goes with a lot of things in general. But
Yeah.
so we're gonna wrap this up here, as I've got an important meeting to go to. Mr. BeeFour, also known as Jack, my good friend. I am very curious on, in the future, this world is so filled with negativity. Positivity, yes, but in the social media world, mainly negativity. People are going to be trying to bring you down, and that is something that you're going to have to ignore. And that goes for absolutely everything. People are going to bring you down because they truly hate themselves, which is why you should love yourselves enough to not retaliate it. But anyway, that's a bit of Bob mindset preacher right there. How will you deal with the hate in the future? If you receive it, I mean, God's blessing.
Well,
you will not receive any hate, but you probably will.
Are you doing this hate, bro? The way you're speaking, like you're preying on my downfall.
I've got a few alt accounts ready to leave some
The
comments.
guy that said I had corny lyrics.
No, but I did read that.
No, I mean,
I agreed. But carry on. I didn't know.
I think there's an element to it where sometimes you have to realize some people are just hating to hate. They're doing it for the love of the game. We've all been there. And I feel like you just have to kind of look at it from a perspective like, if it's genuine, like constructive criticism.
Oh my God.
I'm aware it was him, not me. I'm aware that me saying if it's genuine constructive criticism.
Okay, look.
Not
For
him.
fuck's sake, guys, I can't help it. It's him. It's him.
Your
Okay,
children, all of you.
carry on where you were going from.
I'll go again because
Yeah.
whatever. So I feel like you have to kind of look at it from the perspective of holy balls! Oh my days, I'm out.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out.
That wasn't my fault.
Get out.
That one wasn't my fault. I went under the desk.
Why? Why
Get out
did
your eyesight so you don't laugh.
you lay it on the floor then? Just...
I can see it.
Yeah, that's gonna make it
All right.
work. Okay.
Anyway, as I was trying to say, you have to kind of look at it from the perspective. Some people are going to hate. You know, they just won't like it. It's not their thing. That's fine. But, you know, you have to kind of distinguish whether things are like actual...
What are you... I'm gonna kick him.
I just see a fucking hand. I think, am I going insane? I look down there just... Look. You have to look at it. Some people are going to just hate. And that might be because they don't like what you're doing, or they just, you know, just feel like the need to bring you down or some shit. And that's fine. You gotta distinguish when it's actual criticism, like that you can take and learn and grow from. But in general, it's just kind of not care really. I mean, you don't have to respond to every hate comment, but it is always going to be the way with people that no matter like who you are. Like one hate comment will stick out more than like 99 positive comments.
Oh, definitely. They suck, man.
Yeah.
suck.
So I think just make sure you have supportive people around you.
I think it's important to realize is people that are hating on you or gonna, you know, speak bad about whatever you're doing, it says a lot more about them than it does yourself. Like a lot more about them than it does yourself. And I think as long as you know deep down you are following your dreams and you are trying to achieve it and you're enjoying what you're doing and you're loving it, then that's all that really matters. Someone's little silly hate comment, you know, you can look at it, but you can also look at like, what are you doing? You know, you're sat here leaving a little hate comment.
I was gonna say that. I mean, you have to look at it like with anything on social media, you are putting yourself out there to an extent, and you know, whether it is like you as yourself or you turn up to like extra, like a lot of like creators will do. Obviously, when you're on a creative thing, you're not exactly yourself. You're pushing like extra bits of your personality out to try and stand out more. But you have to look at, you are putting yourself out there no matter what, and especially with music, when it's such a creative and like personality driven thing, you gotta look like you're putting yourself out there and they're not. It's just
Respect to
like
you
man.
for that, man. It's
Yeah,
high
exactly.
respect.
So EP is coming out probably start of June. About like, I don't know, 8th of June. I'll put an announcement up. Check out the socials. They'll be in the description one way or another. I'm getting them in there. But yeah, it's going to be called Hit and Run Your Local Cyclists. Came up with that name because I was stuck behind some cyclists one day, so don't actually run anyone over. But it does come from a place of hatred for cyclists. But yeah, check out all my social medias. I got Instagram, I got TikTok, I got YouTube, I got SoundCloud, I got Carrier Pigeon, I got Smoke Signal.
All gonna be plugged.
They are all going to be plugged. I got my home address if you want to just pull up to my house. Don't do that.
I will.
I got phone, Nokia, pager, PO box. Okay, I don't have any of these, but I have YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, SoundCloud, Spotify. I didn't even say Spotify when I was listening down. But yeah, I don't know, just check it out. I like to make music that's weird. I like to make music that's different, and that's what I'm trying to do with this whole project. I'm trying to just get myself out there, and then so I can move on to bigger and better things. But that is really it. I have nothing else to really plug. I've drawn that plug out so much. They've all clicked off, man. I need some like brain rot next to me to make that interesting.
That's how it is.
Thank you.
This is the Bobcast.
Thank you
This is what we're
for
calling this.
the Bobcast.
The Bobcast.
Thank you for coming to my interview with myself. I'm a figment of his imagination.
Gonna end it with a couple words from myself.
Oh, wait, do you want? Wait, yeah, do your bit. And then I'll say my thing.
So, chase your dreams. Have hobbies. Enjoy life to the fullest. If you have nothing going for you, then realistically, it's going to be a lot harder to be happier because all you're going to be doing is laying and brain rotting all day. And you don't want that. You want something meaningful for your life. Having a dream, having a purpose, or having a hobby, or doing some passion. It's something you love. It gives you purpose, and I think it's incredibly important for living life. What camera am I looking into right now?
That's what I was trying to think.
Yeah, I can't stress it enough. It's incredibly important. Chase your dreams. Don't listen to anyone pulling you down on it. They suck. And
That's the worst ending ever.
How is it?
I've just pulled you down. I've actually just gone against your thing immediately.
Yeah, you actually have. See, he's bringing me down. I'm just trying to achieve my dream. See, this was actually planned.
It wasn't. He's rambling on, so I'm gonna. He's
actually
in the best way possible.
He's actually just a shit friend.
Shut up.
Okay.
You know what? I'm feeling nice today, so maybe I'll throw in a little snippet of the next song coming up. So you're gonna have a little listen to that. BeeFour, Spotify, SoundCloud, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Check them all out. Link in the description. I'm a god. I love Derrick Rose.
Follow Bob Mindset.
Might just hit a spiral. Dump the clip, I'm in the mood. Tripping while I'm dodging. Trying to swerve the vicissitudes. Better come correct. Boy, I take shots from bigger dudes. Hustle from the jump. I cut my own umbilical. Look, eyes of the horizon. You see smoke, that mean it's up. I see prizes come rewinding. Reaping everything I wanted. Like, what's up, nigga? I'm like, what's up, nigga? Shit get lonely, take it to the chin, you poppin' out. I'm with her, she wildin' out, trying to splurge on all accounts. I see visions where I'm living, I'm concerned about the amount. All the hurt could lead you now. I'm a pro, so what about it? I'm a pro, so what about it? Yeah, I'm a pro, so what about it?